So I'm going to show you how to cook a beautiful steak in the Dome 60 wood oven, smoke, intense heat. You're going to render fat. It's going to be awesome, incredible. Of course, get yourself some decent meat to start off with. I'm going to season it generously with salt and pepper. I'm going to introduce some olive oil, but not into any cooking, just onto the meat itself. Now I've got two choices. We have a screaming hot oven in here. So I literally, caveman style, can go and put this straight in the oven. Right? I can cook it on the bottom of the oven. I could put it in a pan that's been preheated in the oven and cook it in the pan in the oven. Or, the way that I love to do it as well, just let me wash my hands, is to just get a regular, this is an old second-hand cake rack. I'm just going to grab my meat, pull that fire to the mouth of the oven. Just have a look at that, Dave. Of course, as it's at the mouth of the oven, you know, the wind or the air is getting around it. You can see it, it's firing up. You can blow it, right? And then you can put your rack straight on the fire. Like that. I love, love, love. So we can casserole in the wood oven. We can grill in the wood oven. We can obviously roast and bake in the wood oven. We can intensively fast cook in the wood oven. And at the end of the day, we can slow cook. Obviously, this is when all the neighbours start to get very jealous about what we're cooking. And what we want to do is just pull this out and turn the meat over. Look at that meat, sizzling already. As the fat drips off the meat and hits the coal and puffs up, you get that lick of smoke. And that's where you kind of get that Argentinian, Brazilian kind of flavour. And it's very theatrical and exciting and lovely. And your job, because it's meat and it's expensive, is to take care of it and look after it. Look at that. Look at that dancing fat. That's serious. That would never happen on a griddle pan. That's never going to happen on one of those lovely little grills that render all the fat away. And what's quite nice is when you're happy with the char that you've got, if you still want to carry on cooking, what we can do is then push the coals back to the oven again and carry on sort of roasting it, which is lovely. Now even the bone, you know, it's fizzing inside the bone, the flavours are coming out, it's like Marmite inside of there, it's like a big old stock cube. It's all about the fat dripping on the coals and then the smoke from that just kissing the meat with good flavour. That's why we're doing these ovens, because we literally want people in every street, or at least in every town, smashing out meat like that. It's all about how you look at it, really, isn't it? I mean, if you think about how much it is to have a couple of pints and go to a club once a week and go and get lashed, you know, you can easily do 70 quid, 100 quid a week if you're into that kind of thing. You could actually, you know, get nice and tiddly and have a great meal in your own home for 50 quid. You know, so in a year you've already paid for one of these and more. Do you know what I mean? So it's really about the kind of person that you are. I mean, let's be honest, if you're out getting amongst it, getting lashed every weekend, you're not going to be interested, probably, in a Dome 60. But just look at that. That's what we're talking about. If you're into beautiful, gnarly, beautiful British beef, or wherever you may live, that is what we're talking about. So look, I'm happy with char now. That's going to be blue inside. So the nice thing is, we have control. You know, we push these coals back into the oven. If you want to add logs, you can. You know, the nice thing is as well, if you're cooking meat, you know, you can have it resting and stuff. So I'm going to carry on cooking that for a little bit, but not on char. I'm going to put it just in the oven. So that will just carry on roasting. But when that's resting, I can be getting my salads ready. Okay, so I've cooked this beef for about 5 minutes. Look at it, sizzling away, looking gorgeous. I'm going to put it onto a nice board. At this point in time, I quite like either putting a little knob of butter, just get it and just give it a rub with some butter or at least olive oil. Butter's got a lovely sweetness that it's going to give. Beautiful. So you don't need much butter, but just enough to sort of loosen it up a bit. Then to go with that, I'm going to have a little bit of horseradish. Just peel off the end, a little bit of rocket and watercress, tiny bit of olive oil, tiny pinch of salt. Obviously you would do whatever you're going to do at the dinner table, but Standard for me, you know, nice watercress, really nice and mustardy, or rocket. So let's just get the bone off first. Some grown man will fight for that. And you know what, if you ever kind of get into meat and it's a little bit under, you can put it straight back in the oven. That's one of the benefits. We've got this lovely little other cut here, and we can just slice that into different pieces as well. Look at that. You've kind of got the eye meat, traditional, more like a ribeye steak. You've got the bone to fight over. You've got the top cap here, which is my favourite bit. And then you've got this lovely little diced bit here, which is gorgeous. All I would do is season then from a height, because there's no seasoning inside it. Drizzle with olive oil. So either do a little pile of horseradish here and let people fight over their own. You know, just do a nice pile there. Or you can have a little sprinkle up all over the shop, if you so love it. And just having lovely piles of rocket in and around. And then all of a sudden, you're taking that to a table instead of an overcooked livery steak that's been knocked out on a gas barbecue. Do you know what I mean? So there you go, guys. There's a lovely ribeye steak. So good. Bet you've never seen a steak done like that before. So there you go, guys. This is the Dome 60. I'm really proud of it. If you're serious about food and you love entertaining, this is a really good option. Call up the number, go to the website, and our guys will be really helpful and tell you how it all works, how it gets delivered, and how you can get going. Good luck.